Hi, I'm Jo from Harcourts and I'm here with Ash from Oakley's. Today we're talking about bathroom renovations.
Thanks for coming, Jo. We're going to go through some top tips today on how to renovate your bathroom. So first of all, we're going to look at making sure you buy everything before you start your renovation.
So having all the products on site or at least in your showroom?
Yeah, at least ordered and in storage somewhere, and this
Yes.
just prevents any further delays once you start the process, and it just keeps everything streamlined and it's going to stick to your timeline that you've organised.
If we didn't have a shower, that'd be a fairly obvious thing for someone for a couple of months not to have a shower would be a concern. But if they were planning their bathroom, is there things before you order those products that you need to think about as well?
Yeah, it's really important to think about your layout, and also if you want things like underfloor heating or different tiles, that's going to cause delays as well if they have to come in from overseas.
So Ash, in here, what's the look that you went for?
We wanted a really sleek, modern look in here, so we've gone for chrome fittings everywhere. It's all very square, keeps it in line, everything matches, but you don't sort of notice. It's just in the room, in the back of your mind, it all matches cohesively.
And it's quite a spacious space for a very small space with the bath this way.
Yes, and it also gone for a wall hung vanity, is because you can see the flooring continues underneath. It makes the room look a lot bigger as well.
What do you have to consider with lighting in a bathroom?
So the main thing is the main lights in the ceiling. So you typically have LED down lights. Then having light coming straight at your face is not typically great for putting makeup on.
Oh.
That's where we bring in the LED lighting. That's putting lighting straight onto your face. Typically this is a cool light, which is great as a task light for putting makeup on and for shaving and things like that.
Okay, so for the detail, it's the direct lighting, but then not direct from the ceiling.
Yeah.
But what about those bathrooms that you walk into and they just feel really warm and...
So for a more special feel, we'll quite often do some strip lighting in the vanity handle or a lighting strip underneath. So this is mounted on the wall by the electrician, and this lights up the ground underneath, helps the vanity look like it's floating a bit more.
Okay, so they're not adding light, you couldn't have them as a standalone, they're
No.
just creating that nice feeling in the room.
Yeah.
Great. And they're pretty popular at the moment?
Definitely, yeah. Feature is sort of the way to go. That makes it, especially in a powder room, that kind of creates it a bit more nicer than some of the other rooms in the house, because that's the guest room and that's where everyone's going to be using.
Okay, so that's to make your guests feel really special.
Yeah, and go wow when they walk in. Cool, so that brings me to my last tip, which seems quite important but is often overlooked, which is sticking to a budget.
Right, the money side of it.
Yeah.
Great, so I come in here, fall in love with a whole lot of, high level expensive things that I can't afford.
Yeah.
What do you do then?
So then we'll sit down with you and work out what you really love, if it's the look of it or a certain colour, and then we might sit down and work out which things we can bring down in price. We might have to substitute a couple of things and come to a compromise.
Okay, so we compromise on some things, but is there anything you wouldn't compromise on?
I wouldn't compromise on anything that has water running through it or goes inside the wall. You want to put most of your money that you can towards that, as opposed to something that just looks pretty.
Okay, so making sure that it's going to last over the long term.
Yeah.
And protect, I guess, your investment.
Yeah, no leaking or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, Ash, thank you so much for having me down here at Oakley's showroom. It is so beautiful, and anyone looking at bathroom renovations, I know they'll be in good hands with you.